Today we want to talk about the fact that there is no middle ground.
Yeah.
So when we first start working with couples, and it was the same for us, when we started having our challenges, well, really, we've been together 18 years, and if we're honest, for the first like 12, at least 12 years, it was hard.
Yeah.
Mostly because we were trying to find this middle ground that everybody talks about, where like, basically you're trying to mold the other person to be the way you want them to be so that you can be happy. And we all tend to fall into this because we've been raised with conditional love, and that's not love. So how this showed up for us and how you might be able to relate that it shows up is I was struggling to accept all of Adam. Like, there was things about his personality that really frustrated me. You might have that too. It was frustrating that he did things differently to me, and it was frustrating for him that I did things differently to him. And we had different parts of our personalities that we struggled to accept. And on the surface, we tried to do what most couples do, which is say, well, when you do this, it like makes me feel like that. Like, stop doing that. And got stuck on like the strategy. So, do it in a different way and then I'll be happier or I'll feel better. And that works or seems to work for a while, but this is why when we work with couples, we give strategies, but that's like 20%. 80% of it in a relationship is actually the energetics.
Yeah.
It's the way you think about them. It's the story you're telling. It's what you believe. It's the 80% of it is the energetic part. And that's what we do our most work on, because if you shift that, then the strategy will shift.
Yeah.
And that happened to us. Like, it took us like way too long, like 12 years to work this out. So we really want to speed it up for you, that it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to keep wasting time trying to mold your partner to be a certain way. And honestly, the middle ground does not exist. It's not sustainable. You cannot change somebody to love them. You have to love them so that they want to grow with you, so that they want to change. And not change for you because you don't like that. Change because they want to grow and evolve in themselves. That's true love. And we had to get to that place. And we're going to be really open and vulnerable that it was really hard. I distinctly remember this one day where I was standing in the laundry. We'd had like one of those surface level arguments, and I was trying to like drag Adam over to my side, and then he was trying to drag me over to his side, and it was just, we were getting nowhere, getting nowhere, running around in circles, missing the point really. And Adam just looked at me in my eyes and he said to me, "Are you ever going to be able to accept me as I am?" And those words, and it still penetrates me now, penetrated me so hard in that moment. And we both paused and stared at each other. It was like a breakthrough moment for us. And I honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but I said no. But that was the truth for me in that moment. I was not in that time and space and moment. I was not able to accept him as he was. And he was reflecting back to me what I was not able to do for myself. So I was not accepting all of myself. So I couldn't accept all of Adam. The parts that you're rejecting in your partner are very likely the parts you're rejecting in yourself. So once you accept it in yourself, you can accept it in them. And that moment was pivotal for us. It was huge.
Because that is a fundamental need of every single human being on the planet. We all want to be accepted and appreciated for who we are right now in this moment. And like Aston said, if you don't fully accept and embrace and love yourself, then you can't accept your partner. You can't embrace and accept those things in your partner.
No, and so many of us
really
are conditioned to reject those things because the way we're raised is behave this way so that I love you. So then we get into relationships and we say the same thing to our partner, behave this way and I'll love you. If you don't behave that way, I won't love you. So that moment for us really showed us that we still had a lot of work to do, and it might be opening a door for you to realize that you've still got some work to do to really get to that place where you're not looking for the middle ground anymore. We realized in that moment it shattered the middle ground and made us realize it was such an illusion, and we had to make a decision after we'd processed the feelings that came up from that. We needed to make a decision to be all in or all out. There is no middle ground. We either, Adam, I needed to learn how to accept all of Adam. So all of him, he's good, he's bad, he's ugly, he's frustrating, he's funny. I needed to get to that place where I could accept all of him, or I needed to decide I was going to be rejecting all of him and just taking none of him. And Adam needed to do the same, because I was really, although Adam was asking that question of me, he was also asking that question of himself, because he was struggling to accept all of himself. So that made it even harder for me to accept all of him. So there's this dance that we're both doing. We're both reflecting back what we both need to see and work on, and we actually had the same core issue, that we couldn't accept ourselves fully as we were. So then it was impossible for the other, for the partner, to be able to accept all of us. And I had a lot that Adam had to learn to accept in me as well. You know, he was asking me to accept all of him, and then he realized, okay, that means I need to accept all of her. And I'm quite a strong, powerful woman, you know, like not many men could probably harness that energy the way Adam does. A lot of men find me intimidating or threatening. You know, that's how I knew Adam was the one. He didn't find it threatening or intimidating. And but as time goes on, you start to get frustrated at these things in your partner that once attracted you. Like I knew that the fire in me is what attracted Adam to, what attracted me to him and him to me. And it was the water and the calm in Adam that attracted me. But it was then those things we were arguing about. So we had to learn to accept it. And it's such a beautiful gift to be able to give yourself and each other to know that I love you no matter what. You know, we're not perfect, and that's our mantra. We choose connection over perfection every single time. So we're not perfect, our relationship is not perfect, but we choose connection.
So we want you to ask yourself, what parts of yourself are you not fully accepting?
Yes.
And what parts of your partner are you not fully accepting? What parts of your partner are you criticizing?
Are you rejecting?
Or rejecting parts of them.
Or trying to mold and create them into who you think they need to be in order for you to love them.
And if you are doing that, then shine the light back on yourself and ask, what is that a part of me that I'm not fully loving it and accepting as well?
Yes.
Because it's usually the case.
Yeah, and really ask yourself that deep question like we did. Do you accept all of your partner? Can you accept all of them?
Yeah.
You might be surprised at the answer. We were surprised, you know.
Yeah.
Women say to me all the time, like, I thought I was a loving person. I was like, I thought that about me too. And then I couldn't accept all of my partner. And that's because so many of us are taught conditional love. So, you know, just take this as an opportunity to go deeper in your relationship and deeper in yourself. And, you know, acceptance is the door that opens up so much opportunity. It opens up compassion, love, empathy, growth. The amount of growth we have had and how fast and how easy it has felt from the moment where we decided to go all in, stop looking for the middle ground, go all in, accept all of each other, our flaws, our good parts, everything. Because we all have them. Nobody wants to talk about them, but we're not robots. We all have them. We all have an ugly side. So once we accepted all of each other, our growth and being able to live into our full potential, it just started to happen naturally. We were bringing it out in each other in this beautiful, natural way of like acknowledging and admiring who we are, but also welcoming who we're becoming. But it was from this place of like loving, nurturing, and this place of acceptance of this is where you are. And I'd love to go over here with you, but like I'm accepting in order to get over there, I need to accept that this is where we are right now. This is who you are, this is where you are. And once we could do that, we were able to grow together. And I understand so many women that the first 12 years were so hard for us because I was trying to force Adam to grow before he was ready. I was trying to pull his potential out of him. So many women tell me he's got so much potential. I'm like, I know, we all do. But also there was a hint in that. The fact that I was saying that he wasn't living his full potential also meant that I wasn't. And I was distracting myself with him. So just when you let go and allow, you accept and allow the growth to happen, then you actually can grow together. And that's where you can forget about the middle ground, but you can take the middle path. And that is where you can accept each other. and you can grow together, and it's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah,
it's incredible,
yeah,
and everybody deserves this. Everybody does, and this is what your relationship wants to be. Your relationship is not a place to go and find happiness. You don't get in your relationship because someone's going to make you happy. You get it, and that's what people think. You do not get in a relationship for that reason. That's a lie. That's a fantasy. It's a myth. You get into a relationship because it's the greatest spiritual initiation you will ever be on. This is where you're challenged, where your shadows will be shown, where you'll bring them into the light, where you'll grow, where you will evolve, where you'll heal. And not just for yourself, but like generationally. You know, we love that we're passing this on, these teachings and this healing to our children. It's incredible. So, you know, really lean into this question and let us know how you go. If you've loved this video, like, subscribe, leave comments, send us a message. And if you want more, head to the comments or find us on socials, and you'll see all the amazing things we've got to support you on this journey, because you know, relationships are huge, and we really need to be talking more about the truth of what it takes and what's really going on in relationships, so that we can create these beautiful relationships where we are growing together. You know, where it truly does feel like real love, and you really deserve that.